Jambo, how are you? I really hope you had a lovely week. I hope everything is going great with you. Today I decided to record this video. I decided no more wasting time, no more delaying it. This is a subject that honestly is not easy for me. And if you want to know why, let me give you my MBI report. This is a neatly brain profile that I did on 20th September of 2015, and I just want to analyze one quadrant that is my right 2, which I scored a 57%. And this side is mostly concerned with emotions, with empathy. And the report, and I'm gonna just read part of it because it will explain why this video is honestly one of the hardest videos I will ever have to do. It says that it's unlikely that Gina will be comfortable in an environment that requires her to be emotionally sensitive and show empathy on support on an ongoing basis. This is an area of my life that I've been working on for the past 7 years, and as much as I've grown with empathy, as much as I've grown sensitivity, and as much as being a coach and a mentor has enabled me as an individual to be able to understand most of the individual's emotions. Talking about emotion is not something that comes very easily to me. But 27th February 2022 was an outrageous day for me. I don't think I've ever had a day that I was surrounded by people, but I was so alone. And however much I tried talking to people, nobody seems to understand apart from the one person who I talked to, and they were like, I would really like to see you talk about this on your video, because there are a lot of people who are lonely. There are a lot of people who feel alone despite being surrounded by people. The truth is, we all get lonely, but we all have coping mechanism. Is being lonely a mental illness? It depends. If it comes from a place of depression and anxiety, yes, it can be defined as a mental illness. Otherwise, it's something that all of us as individuals feel. But on this particular day for me, it was a day that everything was going wrong. And I, as an individual, I don't know how to cope with things when they go wrong, especially when I had planned, pre-planned, and gotten to a point whereby I knew that they should go like this. I don't expect sometimes things to go 100%. I do know I do have mitigations. I do know how to handle issues that come along. But on this particular day, no matter what I did, nothing was right. And being the most outspoken person, being a person that people view as very strong, it was really hard for my friends, for my family, for most of you to understand that I was in pain. And that's what resulted to me being that alone. Literally, one person is the person who got down, listened to me, and told me what to do. I don't know, because of late I've been getting so much anxiety. I don't know, maybe that could have compounded it, because post-COVID, what I experienced during the COVID period was mentally exhausting for me, and it resulted to me getting a bit of therapy for it. And I'm still working with my issues, but I think at that particular point I was able to understand what it feels for individuals to be alone, despite having everyone surround them. So, why are there so many lonely people? You would expect that with the world expanding, with the world having so much opportunities for us to connect, why are we getting lonely and lonely as the years are going by? Think about it. We've come to an area whereby, because of advancing technology, because of advance in education institution, because of availability of materials that we could only go to a library to go and access, now they're online. We have too many experts, and thanks to social media, these experts are telling us that our lives are not the best that they ought to be. So we have this expectation that the society expects from us, and we are here. And however much we are trying to catch up, we cannot catch up. So that's why majority of us are finding themselves that despite having a great support network, they are lonely. Another reason could be actually resulting from poor family and environment attachment. How we grew up. They say that the first 6 years built us. Were your parents close to you? Was your environment supportive, or were you bullied? Were the people constantly picking on you because you did not reach the expectation that you were meant to reach? This can result to us that no matter what we do, we tend to feel alone, which results to point number 3, and I think that's where I as an individual used to be, and I'm working out on it. It's the fear of being intimacy or being vulnerable in front of people. We just have this conscious that we have to be the best, and we have to show the best side, and we can't tell people that things are not going great, that we are not getting the results we want, that we are not living to our expectations, and as a result we hide in this cocoon whereby people are expecting us to be on top, but in actuality we are humans, and we cannot always be up here, we cannot always be down here, we can always be at the center. So what do you do when it reaches a point whereby that you find yourself you are alone? First thing, you can always reach out to me. Like I said, I'm learned a lot in the past 7 years when it comes to empathy, and thanks to my COVID 2019 between March and November experience, I'm now able to empathize with people more and be able to understand people more, so I can be able to give better advice than I would have before, but not putting myself in your situation because I will just be a great listener. The other thing that is quite important is you need to accept that you're lonely. You need to accept that you are feeling alone, and you need to accept these feelings, because if you don't accept these feelings, you cannot develop a plan, which is part number 2. Once you accept this feeling, then you realize, what do I need to do? The first one is you can always reach out to your friends. You can always reach out to your family. Like I said, sometimes they might not listen to you, and if that happens to happen, you can always reach out to that Facebook friends. You can reach out to me. You can reach out to an online community of individuals who are feeling the same as you. The other thing I would say is join a group or a club of your hobbies, so that you can be able to have an interest that you are doing something that is of your passion rather than of your survival. Of late, we are all doing stuff that is going to enable us live for the next 50 years. We have forgotten that we have hobbies, we have interests we can develop. Most of us are not lucky to have our passions as our livelihood, and that could result to us feeling lonely, that we are neglecting a part of us that we feel that should be developed, and it's who we are. So by joining a group or a club, we are able to interact with individuals or do that which is most passionate to us. You can decide also to join a group or go online like YouTube or even Google and learn something new. This way you can be able to create time to develop something that you never thought you knew, and you don't know what you could find. Could also read a book that will enable, increase your knowledge, or take you to a land of fantasy and help you forget for just a minute that you are feeling lonely. Most importantly, if these symptoms persist, get professional help. There is no shame going to a therapist. There is no shame having a mentor. There is no shame getting a coach. January to March 2021 was a down point of me, and if I had not gotten help, I don't think I would be here making these videos. So I would really suggest that you get professional help to be able to cope with that which you thought. All in all, we are humans, we get lonely, and by acknowledging that sometimes we feel alone despite being surrounded by people, by acknowledging that not all the time that our friends, our family will understand us, by acknowledging that sometimes they will not be there for us, that a stranger could be the person who might be there for us, will enable us feel less lonely in a world that is becoming lonely and lonely each day. Put your comments below. I would love to hear about your experiences. If you want to talk, hook me up. You can drop a comment, or you can always write me an email at katingena777@gmail.com. Wish you a lovely weekend, and I truly hope that this video will inspire you. Bye bye.